What's up guys, Zoeb here from OneGlassTrader.com, and I'm really excited today to be sharing with you my brand new indicator, the OGT Trend Dashboard. Now you can see on my chart I've got the Trend Dashboard up, and what it does is it gives you a one glance pictorial view of one currency pair or multiple currency pairs by time frame, whether or not the pair is either trending, whether it's in an uptrend, which is done by the green color, whether it's downtrending, which is done by the red color, or in a ranging state, which is identified by the gray color. And what I wanted to do in this video was firstly go through the logic to really get you guys to understand is how I built this to identify that we are in a trend or ranging state. Then I want to take you through the indicator settings, and then show you a few examples, and then ways you can actually apply the trend dashboard in your trading. So let's get to it. So let's firstly look at the logic of the indicator to understand how it determines whether a pair on a particular time frame is trending upwards, trending downwards, or in a range bound state. And the way it does that, it utilizes the combination of three moving averages. So it uses a fast moving average, a medium moving average, and a slow moving average. So I've got a Euro USD 5-minute chart up, and I've got three moving averages on my screen. And I've determined, and again this is all preset inside the indicator so you can play around with the moving average periods. I've set it to the fast being the 10 period, the medium being the 20 period, and the slow being the 50 period, and I can't seem to get it there. There we go, 50 period moving average. And that's what's built into the indicator, and the indicator currently is showing that the Euro USD is in an uptrend on the 5-minute chart. We can clearly see it is inside an uptrend on the 5-minute chart, and what it needs to do is the moving averages need to be in a certain order. So for an uptrend, the slow period moving average needs to be at the top, the middle moving average needs to be, or the medium moving average needs to be in the middle, and the slow moving average needs to be at the bottom. And as you can see here, we've got that particular order there for it to be considered an uptrend. And for a downtrend, it's just the opposite. So in this section over here, when price was in this area here, the 5-minute chart for the Euro USD would have been red, and you can see here that you have the slow moving average on the top, the medium moving average in the middle, and the fast moving average at the bottom. So if it's in that particular order, it's considered to be in a downtrend, and any other permutation is considered to be at that particular time ranging, which is what is identified by the grey boxes over here. So hopefully that makes sense in terms of how we're determining whether or not a pair is uptrending, downtrending, or in a range state. So now what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look now at the indicator settings and the actual parameters you can change to get the dashboard to how you see fit. So I've just launched up the input settings for the indicator, and I'll just walk you quickly through what each of the settings actually mean and what you can change. So first you've got the symbols. So the preset includes, kind of the main pairs. You can add additional pairs by literally just putting a comma and then adding in the pairs that you're interested in looking at. What you can also do is show all the pairs that are on the MT4 terminal by removing all the pairs. So we'll do that inside a second just to show you what that looks like. You then set your slow, medium, and fast moving averages. Again, like I said, you can set them to anything you want. If you've got some favorite moving average periods that you like to go with, then you can do that if you want. You can also set it for either simple, exponential, smooth, linear weighted, whatever you feel like. I think the default is exponential because it's the one I like to use. Again, whatever you feel most comfortable using. You can also change the colors of the dashboard if you want, from whatever you want to do. So again, it's got that flexibility inside there. You can change the background of the table and all that kind of good stuff. And then gives you more into the meat of the stuff that we want. So what we've got here, you can allow the notifications and you can do yes or no. So for example, we'll just do yes for now. You can also do a notification. So if you only want to get notifications of a pair that's only in an uptrend, if you are a long trader or if you're just a short trader, or if you don't mind which direction you're trading at, you can set that to however you like. And then you've got your different notification settings. So again, you can have a sound alert, push notification to your smartphone, or again email if you've got that email set up inside your options. So that's one way you can do it there. So the only change I've made is I've taken off all the symbols, and then if I close that, what you can see here, it brings in all the pairs, and it sometimes will take a bit of time just for all the pairs to kind of update itself there. But again, you can do that there, and it does for every single pair. I personally wouldn't recommend doing that, only because it does make your terminal quite slow and it does take up a lot of bandwidth. So if it was me, I would just do it with the pairs you're interested in, or kind of the major pairs on there. So if I reset this, it puts the general pairs back in, and again, you can remove pairs if you'd like as well. So in the default settings, the default settings for the fast is 50, medium 100, and slow 200. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it back to what I had it. I believe it was 10, 20, 50 from memory, like that. And then there you go. So now that's put it back to the way it was. So those are the settings, and let's just have a look at a couple of examples. So obviously we are in the 5-minute chart on the Euro USD, and you can see here that we've got the order of fast, medium, slow, and therefore giving us the indication that it's in an uptrend. So it looks like that this pair is in a strong, in the short term, it's in a strong uptrend. However, on the longer term time frames, it's actually bearish. So just looking at this, I would probably imagine that if I go onto the daily time frame, that we are seeing some sort of an aggressive pullback or of some sort. So if I just switch over there, and there you go, there you see it. So obviously with the situation that's happening around the world currently, we've seen this massive downtrend, and now we've got a pullback over here, which I would imagine that this will probably continue to range as time goes on. But then if I go to the 4-hour chart, you can see that we're just got into a signal uptrend here on the 4-hour, based on the order of the moving averages. So again, this is kind of what it can show you, and how would you now try to apply this kind of logic to your trading? So the first thing would be, is if you are a swing trader or short-term trader, again, and you're a big fan of multi time frame analysis, this indicator will be absolutely useful for you. So if you want to obviously go in terms of the long-term trend, then when I consider long term, I'm talking about probably 4-hourly, daily, weekly, and even monthly. That may be too long. Then you only want to be trading in that type of direction of the trend. So for example, here you've got the USD chef at the moment. You can clearly see, I think I've got one open here, you can clearly see that we are in a downtrend. So if I go to the 4-hour chart, you can see here that we are really in a very deep aggressive downtrend here. So again, that's an example of how you can do it. And there's so many trading opportunities here, is absolutely unreal, and I'll go through an example on this inside a second. But I just wanted to take you back to the Euro USD chart, and again, the way I've been looking at this and trading this is, if you see my previous videos, I've been doing pullbacks in trends, hidden divergence going with continuation of the trends. This is why I built this indicator for those type of trading strategies, trying to get back into these trends. So, what I've done here, I've just given an example here of, the current live chart of the Euro USD. What I've done is I've just pulled up the stochastic oscillator, standard normal settings, nothing funny going on here, and in this example alone, so it would have told us that we are in an uptrend. I would probably say about here, so I'm just going to put that in there. So it would have told us we're in an uptrend about there roughly, and I'm just going to use the stochastic oscillator to on example trades that we could have done. So the first one, for me is, what I'm trading a lot of at the moment is hidden divergence. So again, because we're in an uptrend, we're looking for bullish hidden divergence where the price is making lower highs and the oscillator is making lower highs. And hopefully you guys, are starting to get used to this, where in this example here, you've got a lower high, low here, and then the corresponding oscillator is making lower lows. So again, conflict there again, and therefore you've got a nice trade with a tight stop loss, and you're off to the races. So that's one example. Just delete that just to make this chart a bit more cleaner. Another thing is what people like to do is people like to trade pullbacks within the trend. So hidden divergence is one way to do that. Another probably easier way to do that is just by looking at the stochastic oscillator in terms of when it hits overbought, oversold territory. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the stochastic oscillator, it basically ranges between 0 and 100, and it's considered to be oversold when it's below 20 and overbought when it's above 80. So because we're inside a uptrend, we are looking for pullbacks in the trend where the oscillator goes into the 20 mark. And then as you can see over here, just trying to just draw where it goes into. So it goes into the 20 mark over here. And again, you get a bit of drawdown, but again, a nice little pullback there to go into the trend. So unfortunately, this pullback here didn't quite get to it, so that wouldn't be a trade, and this pullback here didn't quite get to it, so this wouldn't be a trade. Maybe that's signifying that the trend is losing some steam. And for those of you who've been following my trend trading videos, I probably wouldn't look to go long in this area over here, only because the trend has been going on for a while now, and the longer you kind of get into a trend, or the longer you wait to get into a trend, you don't really know when the steam is going to run out. That's not to say that this can't push up further, but again, for me personally, I probably wouldn't take any more long trades on the 5-minute chart in its current state. So again, that's an example there of how you can use that. And I'm just going to show on the USD Chef, which on this one here, where there's probably about 15 opportunities probably you could have got into a short. So we know for a fact. So what we know for a fact at the moment, right, is that we're neutral on the monthly, fine. We're neutral on the daily, but the weekly, the 4-hourly, hourly, 30-minute, they're all bearish, right? So if we go back over here and we look at, I don't know, let's have a look. Yeah, perfect. So let's just take today for example, right? We've got three times here, pullback 1, pullback 2, and pullback. I did that first time. Quite impressed with myself. Pullback 3. So you got 3 elements here where price, the stochastic has now gone into the overbought territory above 80. in a downward trend, and you've got 3 trend trades there. Now I can go back to this one over here. Again, you've got 1, you've got 2, yeah. Oh, if I can even line this up, might help. So again, you've got two over there, and then you've got these ones over here. Are these still classified? These will be classified as range bound. There. So again, you've got 2 other ones here, and then during this time, you knew, when was this? This was yesterday. If we go back here, we knew that, and if I go to the daily chart of the US, I think we did this before. If we go here, oh, zoom in slightly, that that even yesterday we were also inside that negative territory, downward territory. So again, some easy examples on how you can apply this, and just using the stochastic indicator and moving averages, effectively nothing more complicated than that. And the beauty about trend trading is that if you're stacking the probabilities inside your favor by using the short term and the long term, so again, you could be actually thinking to yourself here that at the moment the USD chef going short is the only trades that I'm looking for at this thing. I'm not looking at anything else. So again, um, I think this indicator is absolutely brilliant for what it's for. And in my excitement, I forgot to kind of mention what these 2 elements over here are. So what this does is, so in the indicator settings, if you set this to no, this won't work, but if we just assume for a second that you do yes, what it does here is that you can select which pairs you want notifications for. So even if you select yes in the indicator, you need to select yes over here for it to work. So now what it's saying is, I think I only set it to sound, but you will get sound notifications for the Euro USD, USD JPY, and USD CAD from that perspective. And then what this section over here does, it's a bit of a easy way to do it, is that, let's just say, for example, I'm interested in looking at the USD JPY. I can open the chart, and what it does, it puts it into the default settings of the USD JPY. So whatever your default template is, that's what it puts it at. And then you can apply your favorite template settings, so you can quickly get to the chart that you want. Then you don't have to faff around with the market watch and find the pair that you're looking for. So again, a nice little feature there to really help you guys out. Again, like I said, I really want to make things really easy for you guys in terms of giving that view, and I'm really excited that I finally got this created and getting this released to you. So again, you can get it absolutely free, link inside the description box. Make sure you check that out, like this video, subscribe, and again, please comment, let me know what you guys are doing. I'm really active on the comments in terms of replying to as many as I can, so please do that, and I shall see you guys on the next video.